In this video, I will briefly cover the unit cooler, then I'll discuss all the components inside of a motor controller along with the schematic. Before we continue, remember, if you find the material in this video too technical, please watch earlier videos where I cover basic electrical knowledge. Keep in mind that the first 28 videos are best understood if you follow their sequential order. Now, back to our video. Alright, so this is a unit cooler over here, and here I got the actual fuse box, the illustrations that people can fit inside there with all the things, and this is the controller. Now, as there are two fans inside there in each unit, both of them are controlled from the same contactor. As they turn on, obviously they blow air through the system. There is this evaporator that when this solenoid is energized, it allows refrigerant to go through it, and pretty much that's how it cools down the pipe, which as the air passes through it, it gets cold. Now, eventually the system is going to go into something that's called a defrost cycle. And in a defrost cycle, the solenoid valve obviously will lose power and it will not allow fluid to go through it. But the contactor for the heaters will energize, and the heaters will energize. The heaters, pretty much what they do is they melt the ice that builds on the evaporator. Also, there is a tape heater that, well, remember I said that it will melt some water over here, some ice, that goes into a pipe. So the purpose of the tape heater is just to heat up the pipe so that fluid can actually just go down into the waste tank. These are reefer units. Their job is to compress the refrigerant and send it via pipes all the way to the unit coolers. Refrigerant comes from the reefer units, and it's got to go inside of the different unit coolers that are inside of the chill boxes. Before refrigerant reaches its own unit cooler box, it has to go through an open solenoid valve. Here we got an ice box, and we cool it down with these unit coolers over here. We got space for two different motors. Each fan has its own set of lures. Now, refrigerant comes through these pipes, and it goes through the evaporator that is inside there. I'm gonna show you the controller for the unit cooler. Inside each chill box or freeze box, we got different sets of fans. So this one controls two fans, that one controls two fans, and so on and so forth. Let's look at inside one of these controllers. So this is the unit cooler motor controller. Starting over here, we got where main power comes in, and the only way for you to close that is to close the door so that this lever is down, so you can actually close the lever. Here we got a step down transformer, that's, so in that way we get 110 control side for our circuit. Fuses over here are for control power. Those fuses over there, they go to energize the tape heater. Obviously, the associated contactor has to be closed. This contactor over here is for the heaters, both the evaporator heaters and the tape heaters. Those fuses over there have to be all good, and they also go to the evaporator heater. This contactor over here is for the actual fans, two fans that is. Now the mysterious component over here is this mechanical timer, and this mechanical timer, well, see these buttons over here, they indicate when is the defrost cycle supposed to happen. And what I mean by that is this one over here is supposed to be going into defrost pretty soon. If I mechanically move this, you can see how the lever moves, and now it's in defrosting. For how long? Well, let me tell you, it goes, according to this, it is supposed to be defrosting for 40 minutes. So this clock will always be rotating, and after 40 minutes it will come back, and that contactor, this contactor over here, will be energized during the defrosting cycle, and that one will be off. Eventually, when the defrosting is over, then the fan goes back in and that contactor drops out. So there, it should have dropped out, but right now there is no power, so nothing is happening, and time will continue going. And this one over here is set up that every 6 hours there will be a defrosting cycle initiated. Now Now this one over here is working properly, and the reason why I know is because when I go to defrost, we know this one is working fine because this contactor went in and that one is stay out. And for how long should that stay? Well, according to this timer, it should be 18 minutes. And the whole time that we're in defrost, we will get this light. At this moment, I know that my fans are running because that contactor is energized. When the system goes to defrost, that one should have dropped out and this one should go back in. The fact that it did it so fast is an indication that this guy is not doing his job, because this one is supposed to defrost for, well, 40 minutes. The periodicity of the defrosting can be changed just by simply changing the location of these screws. For the schematics, whenever this contactor, the fan contactor, is energized, you should also have your associated cooling solenoid valve energized. From time to time, whenever you do PMS, make sure you check these fuses over here. Sometimes one of them blows and the heaters will still work with two of them, but not to its fullest potential. The tape heater, as you can see, is only a single phase, so if one of them blows, the tape heater will not be working.